Sister, do you think the imperial decree is to arrange a marriage between you and Lord Shen? After all, everyone in the capital knows you've been head over heels for him for 3 years. As if she's worthy. So what if she's the legitimate daughter of the Jiang family? Without her mother, she's no different from a concubine's daughter. Lord Shen is talented and handsome, the top gentleman in the capital. How dare she dream of him? Jianglingi, I know you begged for this imperial marriage decree. I Shen Yanfeng would rather die than marry you. Lord Shen, my sister. She just likes you too much. Wishful thinking. A toad lusting after a swan's meat. TSK. This legitimate daughter of the Jiang family has truly embarrassed herself all the way to the palace. Your Majesty, I beg you to withdraw the command. I would rather remain unmarried for life than wrong myself like this. Lord Shen. What else do you have to say? Shouldn't you listen to what the decree actually says first? By the grace of heaven, the Emperor decrees. The Regent Xiaoheng is to be wed to Miss Jianglingi. A grand wedding shall be held on an auspicious day. Miss Jiang, please accept the decree. I accept the decree. Lord Shen, what was it you just said? You'd rather die than marry her? Don't worry. No one is going to marry my grandson's future wife to you. Lord Shen, you've overestimated yourself. Imperial sister. Your Majesty, you shouldn't call me that in public. There are no outsiders here. Sister, are you truly willing to marry Imperial Uncle? It is His Majesty's decree. How could I dare to disobey? But Imperial Uncle. He's very scary. I will take good care of myself. His Highness the Regent has arrived. Greetings, Your Majesty. You may rise, Uncle. Jianglingi. Present. Your Majesty, I am aware of the marriage. The wedding will be in 3 days. Sister, look at his attitude. It's fine. He's a man of few words, it saves trouble. Don't mind him, eldest Miss Jiang. That's just the prince's personality. He's not actually a bad person. Jianglingi, get in the carriage. Is something wrong? What kind of tricks did you use? How could an unfavored daughter like you climb your way up to the regent? Lord Shun, haven't you embarrassed yourself enough at the flower feast today? You! Move aside. Jianglingi, make yourself clear. Let go. I won't. Lord Shun, intercepting my fiancé at the palace gates. Are you trying to start a rebellion? My lord, I only what? For someone who'd rather die than marry, you're certainly overstepping. Get in. Thank you, my lord. I simply don't want people gossiping. Don't think I have feelings for you. This marriage was the Empress Dowager's idea, not mine. I know. He probably didn't expect me to be so calm. He doesn't know that I want to marry even less than he does. I have too many secrets. Marrying into the regent's manor will only make things more complicated. Useless. I've raised you for 16 years to please Lord Shun, and yet you let yourself be trampled on in public. Mother, it's not my fault. Who knew that decree wasn't for Lord Shun? Not your fault. Madame Zhou smashed the teacup on the table. I told you to ruin Jiang Lingyi's reputation at the feast. You talked a big game, but she ended up becoming the regent's wife. Lingyi is back. Quick, have a seat. No need to pretend, stepmother. I heard everything you just said. Jiang Lingyi, you were eavesdropping. You were so loud I didn't need to eavesdrop. Lingyi, don't take it personally. Lingwan was just excited for you. Excited for me? By having people call me delusional and a toad at the feast? Those words. So stepmother, are you saying you arranged for Lingwan to get close to Shen Yanfeng all those years ago? Jiang Lingyi, what nonsense. Lord Shen and I are truly in love. Truly in love? Then why didn't you stand up and say so when he told the whole city he'd rather die than marry me? Stepmother, there's something you might not know yet. In 3 days, I marry into the regent's manor. From today on, I am the princess regent. Nothing in the Jiang family is for you to decide anymore. Lingyi, what do you mean by that? What do I mean? I laughed. Father hasn't returned from his post in 3 years, and you've been running this house. How much of my mother's dowry have you spent? How many shops have you transferred? Did you think I didn't know? You. I don't have time to settle old scores. I'll make a list of the dowry for my wedding in 3 days. If a single item is missing, I'll go have a good cry at the regent's manor. So this is where I, the legitimate daughter of the Jiang family, live. Yanjin Pavilion. The largest merchant house in the Great Liang dynasty. With shops across all 9 provinces, last year's turnover alone was 3 million taels of silver. And I am the secret owner of Yanjin Pavilion. If my stepmother knew the dowry she's trying so hard to swallow isn't even 1% of my true wealth, I wonder what her face would look like. These are my biological mother's belongings. My mother, Lin Ruwei, was a minor official's daughter on the surface, but she was actually the granddaughter of the former Grand Preceptor, Lord Lin. Lord Lin spent his life's work building Yanjin Pavilion. And he left it all to me. Marrying into the regent's manor in 3 days. It's time to start setting the stage. Originally, the dowry my mother left had 118 chests. The list now says 36 chests. As for the other 82, the list has 4 words: damaged over the years. Qingping. Go fetch the manager of the capital's branch of Yanjin Pavilion. Boss. 82 chests of my mother's dowry were embezzled by the Jiang family's second wife. Track them down. I want to know where every single chest went. Yes, boss. Also, prepare my wedding dowry for me. How much should I prepare, boss? 168 chests. The most grand dowry in Great Liang was the princess's 120 chests. Boss wants 168? Boss, won't that be too eye-catching? Supposed to be eye-catching. Sister, mother sent me to bring you your wedding dress. This was worn by our eldest aunt back then. It's been well preserved. Don't be picky, sister. Money is tight lately and making a new dress is just too expensive. Lingwan. Yes. Do you know how much the regent's betrothal gift is? How much? 64 chests. Just that one night pearl from the Eastern Sea is worth 100,000 taels. By rule, these gifts belong to the bride. If you make me wear an old dress into the regent's manor, it's the Jiang family's face that will be lost. You, go tell stepmother not to worry about the dress. I have my own. Eldest miss, it's time for your medicine. After my mother died, my stepmother had the family doctor brew medicine for me every day, claiming it was to regulate my health. I found out the truth 3 years ago. An ingredient called bone-breaking grass was added to the medicine. Long-term use makes a person weak and sickly, with a sallow complexion. That's why I've always looked so frail and ill all these years. I swapped the medicine 3 years ago, but I still go through the motions of drinking it every day. Qingping, is my wedding dress ready? This dress alone is worth 10,000 taels. It's even more exquisite than a princess's. Tomorrow I'll give everyone a good look. The madam said the auspicious time is 7:45 a.m. We can't be late. The sedan chair is already waiting at the door. Who knows what kind of luck eldest Miss Jiang stumbled into? Her tone clearly said, someone like you doesn't deserve to marry the regent. Since I stopped the bone-breaking grass 3 years ago, my health has recovered significantly. But I've maintained a sickly appearance in front of others. No need to pretend today. Is this eldest Miss Jiang? Heavens, that dress. Gold thread phoenix patterns. That's an embroidery technique only used in the palace. Jiang Lingwan specifically wore a peach pink silk dress and gold hairpins today, dressing up exceptionally grandly. As if she were the one getting married. This dress. Where did it come from? I made it myself. Liar. This fabric is cloud silk. An inch of silk is worth 2 ounces of gold. Where would you get the money? Look at the dowry. God, there are so many chests. 1, 2, 3. Just how many are there? Which family is marrying off their daughter? The Jiang family. She's marrying the regent. My God, this dowry is more than a princess's. Did you hear? 168 chests. That's 48 more than the grand princess had. Where did all this dowry come from? Didn't stepmother say my mother's dowry was damaged over the years? Don't worry, this has nothing to do with her dowry. Then whose is it? It's mine. Look, the Princess Regent's dowry. That's an Eastern Sea coral tree. One is worth 10,000 taels. That chest must be full of gold ingots. 16 years. I've endured 16 years in the Jiang family. From today on, I am no longer that unfavored daughter. Go in. Princess, this dowry. The warehouse might not be able to hold it all. Princess, the prince is hosting guests in the front hall. Seems he won't be coming for a while. This letter was delivered by Uncle Lu this morning. It says, the whereabouts of the 82 chests embezzled by Madame Zhou have been found. 40 chests of antiques and paintings were sold to the capital's largest black market dealer. 20 chests of gold and silver jewelry were melted down and recast into Jiang Lingwan's dowry jewelry, and 18 chests of land deeds and shops were all transferred to the Zhou family's name. But my mother's most precious item is still missing. I'll investigate everything slowly. Not asleep yet. Waiting for the prince. You don't need to wait for me. This marriage was the Empress Dowager's decision. You stay in the main courtyard, I'll stay in the study. We'll stay out of each other's way. Fine. You're certainly agreeable. The prince doesn't want to be restrained, and neither do I. What do you want? Freedom to enter and leave the manor. Granted. The right to manage the household. I brought 168 chests of dowry. I can't very well not manage my own things. If I'm not given control, people will laugh at the prince for mistreating his wife. Fine. One more thing. Speak. I want to open a pharmacy in the back garden. You know medicine? A little. This marriage is better than I expected. It's perfect that Xiaoheng leaves me alone. I have too much to do. Find my mother's belongings, find the truth about her death, and settle the score with the Zhou mother and daughter. I'll settle every single debt. Starting tomorrow. On the second day of the marriage, I officially took over the manor. The housekeeper, Uncle Zhao, has followed the prince for over a decade. He's honest and dutiful. Princess, these are the accounts for the past 3 years. The prince never looks at them. I've been managing them. Every entry is clear. Uncle Zhao, you've done a good job. Continue as usual. If you can't decide on something, then come ask me. Yes. Princess. What is it? The old matriarch of the manor has arrived. The regent's grandmother, the late emperor's primary consort and grand princess, is 72 years old. She has a fierce temperament, holds the highest seniority in the imperial family, and is known as the most difficult old lady in the capital to please. Where is she? In the main hall. When I arrived at the main hall, the old matriarch was already seated in the place of honor. Despite her silver hair, her eyes were sharp and piercing. So it's you. Your granddaughter-in-law pays her respects, old matriarch. Stand up and let me look at you. Your complexion isn't great. You look frail. I was sickly as a child, but I've been much better these past few years. I heard you didn't have an easy time in the Jiang family. That Jiang stepmother, I've heard of her, taking advantage of her husband's absence to trample over the legitimate daughter. What a piece of work. What was your mother's name? Linroe. Old matriarch, what's wrong? Linro, granddaughter of Grand Secretary Lin? You knew my mother, old matriarch? The resemblance. It's uncanny. Your mother saved my life back then. We lost touch after she married into the Jiang family. I heard she died of illness. Come with me. Everyone else stay outside. Your mother didn't die of illness. You know that, don't you? What do you know? Back then, your mother wrote me a letter saying she had discovered a secret regarding the Zhou family. What secret? She died before the letter could even reach my hands. Child, your mother's death wasn't from illness. It was murder. I've had this suspicion for 16 years, but no one ever confirmed it. Old matriarch, what about that letter? The letter was intercepted. I investigated for a long time but couldn't find out who did it. But child, you are the princess consort to the regent now. Some things can be reinvestigated. Thank you, old matriarch. Don't kneel. You are Ruowei's daughter, which makes you my own granddaughter. This is a keepsake your mother gave me. She said if she were gone, I should give it to her daughter. Mother, I will uncover the truth for you. To an ordinary person, this looks like a piece of fine mutton fat jade. But there's a very thin indentation around the edge. It looks like a hidden compartment. The Zhous are committing treason? The Zhou family are just ordinary merchants. Why would mother say they are committing treason? If this is true, it's not just a family matter. It's a crime that could lead to the execution of the entire clan. The east wing of the Jiang residence was where mother lived. It was locked after her death. My stepmother said it was haunted, but now it seems she was afraid someone would find something. But I can't return to the Jiang residence right now. Returning to my maiden home the day after my wedding wouldn't look right. I need the right opportunity. Princess consort, heir Shen of the Duke of Zhan's estate seeks an audience with the prince. Xin Yinji. Is the prince in? The prince left for the military camp early this morning. He is not in the manor. Let him in. Princess consort heir Shen is. It's fine. Zhonglingyi, where is Xiaoheng? The prince isn't here. You can tell me if it's important. I'm looking for him, not you. Then come back another day. Wait. Zhonglingi, let me ask you something. Who exactly are you? What do you mean? You were bullied for 16 years in the Jiang family. How could a suppressed legitimate daughter have a dowry of 168 chests? The whole capital is saying your dowry is larger than a princess's. I've looked into it. Some items aren't even in the imperial treasury. Just how many secrets are you hiding? Ershun, didn't you say you'd rather die than marry me? Who I marry and how much dowry I have, what does that have to do with you? 3 days ago at the flower banquet, you said I was a toad lusting after swan meat. Now you run to the regent's manor to dig into my background. Ershun, are you curious or do you regret it? I don't regret anything. Then please leave. Uncle Zhao, see our guest out. Miss Ershun seems very angry. His anger has nothing to do with me. But what if he finds out about the Yunjin Pavilion? He won't. Fewer than 5 people in the world know who the hidden owner of Yunjin Pavilion is. Even if they trace the pavilion, they won't find me. Unless someone tells him. My stepmother, Lady Zhou, doesn't know Yunjin Pavilion is mine, but she knows about the relationship between my mother and the Lin family. If Shen Yanji goes to Lady Zhou to investigate, Qingping, have someone watch the Jiang family. If Lady Zhou meets with any outsiders, report back immediately. Yes, ma'am. The chess game has only just begun. Her Majesty the Empress invites the princess consort to the palace tomorrow to pay her respects. Princess consort, regarding the Empress. You must be careful. How so? The Empress is a member of the Shen family. The Shen family? The Empress is the legitimate daughter of the Duke of Zhan's estate, and Shen Yanji's biological aunt. One more thing, the Empress has always been dissatisfied with this arranged marriage. The person she originally intended for the prince was Feng Rulan, the daughter of the Marquis of Ningyuan. Feng Rulan, the capital's recognized #1 talented woman. And she is Ershun's cousin. So the Empress wanted Feng Rulan to marry the regent. But the Empress Dowager issued the marriage decree first, and the Empress didn't have time to stop it. I see. This visit to the palace is likely a trap. This servant pays her respects to your Majesty. Princess consort, I heard that when you were with the Jiang family, you were practically illiterate. In response to your Majesty, I am literate. Literate? To what extent? I heard you were sickly as a child and didn't study much. Is that true? Your Majesty, I was indeed frail in my youth, but my mother taught me to read while she was alive. Your mother? What could a daughter of a low-ranking official possibly teach? Since you say you are literate, I shall test you. There is a poem above. Read it. It's actually an obscure ancient poem written in archaic script. When the waters of the Conglang are clear, I can wash my hat strings. When the waters of the Conglang are muddy, I can wash my feet. This is a manuscript by the great scholar Chen Wenyuan of the previous dynasty, written in ancient seal script. Very few of Master Chen's manuscripts survive. As far as I know, there are only 3, one in the imperial treasury, and one in the home of the former Grand Tutor, Grand Secretary Lin. The third is among my mother's belongings. What did you say? How could your mother have a manuscript by Chan Wenyuan? Because my maternal grandfather is the former Grand Tutor, Grand Secretary Lin. A veteran of 3 reigns, a titan of literature, with students all over the court. You're saying, Grand Secretary Lin is your grandfather? Indeed, my mother, Lin Ruwei, was the only daughter of Grand Secretary Lin's legitimate son. Your Majesty just asked how many words I know. In Grand Secretary Lin's library of 37,000 volumes, I have read 20,000. The number 1 talented woman of the capital is nothing in front of Grand Secretary Lin's own granddaughter. Princess consort, you may rise. The floor is cold. Jianglingi. Does Miss Feng have a problem? You're lying. How could Grand Secretary Lin's granddaughter marry someone like that from the Jiang family? You made it up. You are free to investigate. I certainly will. Suit yourself. Also, you won't hold the position of princess consort for long. Oh. You think marrying into the manor is the end of it? Xiao Heng doesn't like you at all. In his heart. Miss Feng, what is in my heart? Your Highness, I didn't mean. Let's go. Did the Empress make things difficult for you? No, she just tested me on a poem. A poem? You read it? I did. How did she react? She didn't look very pleased. No one knew before that Grand Secretary Lin was your grandfather. No one cared. After mother married into the Jiang family, she lived a low-profile life and deliberately hid her background. After my stepmother arrived, she wiped away every trace of her. So you endured for 16 years in the Jiang family. You are not simple. Neither are you, Your Highness. Today's events will soon spread throughout the capital. Those who wanted to see you fail will back off now that they know you're Grand Secretary Lin's granddaughter. But it will also attract more enemies. I know. Princess consort, the prince seems to be in a good mood today. Is he? When he came in just now, the corners of his mouth curled up slightly. I've served him for 15 years and have only seen that 3 times. Princess consort, there's news from the Jiang family. Speak. Lady Zhou went out today. She went to a certain place. Where? The Duke of Zhan's estate. Lady Zhou went to see the Shuns. The Duchess of Zhan is the Empress's sister-in-law. Since I just embarrassed the Empress, they wouldn't be meeting just for tea and small talk. Keep a close watch. I want to know what they discussed. Yes, ma'am. The number of opponents on the chessboard is increasing. But I'm not afraid. The more pieces there are, the better my chances of winning. 3 days later, a major incident occurred at the capital branch of Yanjin Pavilion. Someone reported that the fabrics were of inferior quality. The informant was none other than the Duchess of Zhan, and the matter went straight to the capital magistrate's office. The capital magistrate personally led men to shut down and seal the Yanjin Pavilion branch. Boss, something has happened. I know. That batch of fabric was swapped. Someone sneaked into the warehouse 2 nights ago to switch the goods. I've traced those people back to the rear gate of the Duke of Zhan's estate. Where is the evidence? We have witnesses but no physical evidence for now. No Rus. Let them investigate first. But boss, if they find out you are the hidden owner of Yunjin Pavilion? They won't. My identity is hidden behind 3 layers. At most, they'll find the registered owner, Third Master Lin. Third Master Lin is Uncle Lu's brother-in-law, an ordinary merchant. There are 2 more layers of proxies above him. It would take at least half a year to trace it back to me. But since they want to play, I'll play a big game with them. What do you mean, boss? Go invite the capital magistrate here. Tell him the princess consort has urgent business to discuss. What? Invite the capital magistrate to the prince's manor? Magistrate Zhao is a smart man. Upon hearing the princess consort's summons, he arrived within half an hour. This humble official pays his respects to the princess consort. No need for formalities, Magistrate Zhao. I heard you are handling the Yunjin Pavilion case. Indeed. The Duchess of Zhan reported it personally, so I didn't dare delay. Magistrate Zhao, have you compared that batch of inferior fabric with the samples from the place of origin? Not yet. Yunjin Pavilion's fabrics are produced in the Jiangnan weaving workshops. A sealed sample is kept for every batch that leaves the factory. The samples are marked with dates and weaver IDs. These are the sample records for all fabrics sent to the capital by Yunjin Pavilion over the last 3 years. You can take them for comparison. How does the princess consort have these? My mother was an old acquaintance of the previous owner of Yunjin Pavilion, Mr. Lin. I found these records while organizing her belongings. This is a half-truth, but it's enough. Magistrate Zhao won't be able to trace the social circles of a deceased old gentleman. One more thing, Magistrate Zhao. You might want to check where that batch of swapped inferior fabric actually came from. What does the princess consort mean? I've heard that the Duchess of Zhan's maiden family is also in the fabric business. This official takes his leave. 3 days later, the capital magistrate announced the results of the investigation. There was nothing wrong with Yunjin Pavilion's fabric. After comparison, the inferior goods in the warehouse were found to have come from a small workshop in the outskirts of the capital. The owner of this small workshop is a cousin of the Grand Duke's wife. In other words, the Grand Duke's wife bought inferior fabric herself and swapped it with the goods from Yunjin Pavilion. Then she turned around and accused them of wrongdoing. Once the news broke, the whole capital was in an uproar. The Grand Duke's mansion couldn't save face, so they claimed it was a servant's negligence, but no one believed them. As for me, I never showed my face from start to finish. I just had a cup of tea at the prince's mansion. You were the one behind the Yunjin Pavilion affair. What do you mean? Magistrate Zhao of the capital mentioned it specifically during court today, saying the princess regent provided key evidence. What is your relationship with Yunjin Pavilion? My mother was an old acquaintance of the former owner. Just an old acquaintance? Less than 3 days after the Yunjin Pavilion case settled, the second wave of attacks came. This time it wasn't about business, it was about my reputation. A rumor suddenly spread through the capital that Princess Regent Zhang Lingyi had an affair with Shen Yanfeng before marriage. They made it sound so convincing, claiming I had written love poems to Shen Yanfeng. They even said I snuck to the back door of the Grand Duke's mansion and was spotted by the gatekeeper. Your Highness, these are all lies. Clearly, someone is spreading rumors. Have you found out who started it? I have. It started with a storyteller at the Zuaishan restaurant who made up a story. Whose business is the Zuaishan restaurant? The Zhou family's. My stepmother's family. When the direct attack from the Shen family failed, the Zhou family moved in from the side. What's the background of that storyteller? I checked. He was hired by the Zhou family. He used to be a down-and-out scholar. Qingping. Yes, Your Highness. Go get Uncle Lu. Also, help me prepare a set of men's clothing. Men's clothing? Are you going out, miss? Yes, I want to go to the Zuaishan restaurant and see for myself. Mistress, why go yourself? Just leave it to me to handle. Some things must be seen to be believed. Zuaishan restaurant, the busiest tea house in the capital. Ladies and gentlemen, today I'll tell you a story about a lovesick girl. It's said that in this capital, there was a young lady whose family fell on hard times, yet she had the audacity to fancy a nobleman. Is he talking about the Princess Regent? I didn't mention any names, but this girl not only wrote love poems but also climbed over the courtyard wall in the middle of the night, only to run away after being bitten by a dog. Tell me, isn't that shameful? Sir, you have a silver tongue. That story is well crafted, but it has too many loopholes. What do you mean? The Grand Duke's mansion keeps hunting dogs, not guard dogs. If you want to make a story about climbing walls believable, you should at least scout the location first. Everyone, this gentleman's story is fake, but since you all love stories, let me tell you one. There was a stepmother in the capital who, after marrying into the family, embezzled 82 chests of the original wife's dowry. She kept the original wife's daughter locked in a side courtyard for 16 years. Shut your mouth. He realized what was happening, but it was already too late. Bone-breaking grass? What is that? It's a type of chronic poison. Long-term consumption leaves one physically weak and frail. My God, this is murdering one's own daughter. 82 chests of the original wife's dowry stolen? Isn't that theft? What's the biggest news in the capital lately? The Princess Regent's wedding with 168 chests of dowry. The whole city was buzzing. Who is the Princess Regent's stepmother? The Jiang family's second wife, the Zhou woman. Once these facts were connected, everyone understood. Sir, don't be in such a hurry to leave. My mistress has a few questions for you. Someone reported that Xuexian restaurant is spreading rumors and slandering the Princess Regent. By order of Magistrate Zhao, we are taking those involved back for questioning. It wasn't me. It was the Zhou family who told me to say it. They gave me 50 taels of silver. Mistress, should we blow this matter up? I don't need to. With so many people in the tea house today, the whole capital will know by tomorrow. Did you hear? The Princess Regent's stepmother poisoned her food for 16 years. Not just poisoning, she even stole 82 chests of the original wife's dowry. That stepmother is from the Zhou family, right? Isn't the Zhou family the one that owns the tea house? Xuexian restaurant is theirs. TSK, they did something evil and then hired someone to spread lies and smear others. They have no shame. Open the door. You hired people to spread rumors and deceive everyone. Give our mistress an explanation. You've been embroidering all day. Yes. Was the situation outside arranged by you? What situation? 3 censors impeached the Jiang family for poor household management today, and 1 impeached the Zhou family for spreading rumors. Magistrate Zhao even submitted a case file regarding the Zhou family's suspected slander of the princess. You sit at home embroidering, but you have quite a few people fighting for you outside. I don't know anything about fighting. I just went to the tea house for a cup of tea yesterday and heard a story. You went out? Yes. From now on, take the mansion's guards with you when you go out. It's not out of concern for you, just for the sake of the prince's mansion's reputation. Oh, all right. Is the thing about the bone-breaking grass true? Yes. I will have someone investigate it. Just for the sake of the prince's mansion's reputation. That's what he said. But what does investigating bone-breaking grass have to do with the mansion's reputation? Xiao Hong said he would investigate the bone-breaking grass, and he really did. He quietly sent people to the old Jiang residence to collect some of the medicine dregs I had saved and poured into a flower pot. They were sent to the medical bureau to test their properties. 3 days later, the results came back. The head of the Imperial Medical Academy wrote a report himself. The report stated clearly that long-term consumption of this formula leads to blood deficiency and weak bones. Although the amount of bone-breaking grass in the formula was small, it was enough to be fatal over time. 16 years. You've been taking this medicine for 16 years? I changed the prescription 3 years ago and stopped taking it. 3 years. You discovered it when you were 13? Yes. Do you hate her? No. Hate is a waste of time. I will hand this over to the magistrate. Intentional poisoning is a serious crime. Combined with the dowry embezzlement and slander, it will be enough to ruin her. Your Highness, don't hand it over yet. It's not the right time. The Zhou woman is just a pawn. Behind her stands the Zhou family, and behind them are even greater interests. If we take her down now, we won't be able to dig deeper. I need her to panic and make mistakes. What do you plan to do? Force her. Cut off her escape routes one by one until she has no choice but to turn to those bigger backers. Then we can follow the trail. Your mother didn't die of illness, did she? I checked the old Zhang family records. Your mother's sudden death was officially called an acute illness, but the Imperial Medical Academy had no record of a visit. For the wife of a second-rank official to be critically ill and have no record at the academy is impossible. When did you start investigating? The day of our wedding. $168 chests of dowry. Any single item is worth a fortune. You were treated like a servant in the Zhang family for 16 years, yet you have such resources. I wanted to know who you are. So, Your Highness investigated me. I investigated you, and I investigated your mother. What I found was much more than I expected. What did you find? Your mother was the granddaughter of Grand Secretary Lin. After he died, he left behind countless assets, but no one ever inherited them. Where that wealth went, no one knows. Until I saw your 168 chests of dowry. Grand Secretary Lin's legacy is in your hands. It's not just the dowry, there's more. I don't care how much wealth you have, but if you need help, you can ask. Why help me? The Empress Dowager didn't just have me marry you because you were a daughter of the Zhang family. The relationship between the Empress Dowager and your mother was deeper than you know. She asked me to keep you safe. I agreed. The Empress Dowager asked him to keep me safe. So he married me not because of an imperial decree, but because he promised the Empress Dowager. This man is much more complex than I thought. A few days later, I finally waited for the opportunity to return to the Zhang residence. March 18th is my father's birthday. Since he is away on assignment by custom, the Zhang family must hold a banquet. As the legitimate daughter, I had to return. Early in the morning, I left with Qingping and 2 guards from the prince's mansion. When I arrived at the Zhang residence, the gates were wide open. Several servants stood at the entrance, and the expressions on their faces were quite interesting when they saw me. They were respectful yet afraid, since I am now the Princess Regent. But they kept sneaking glances behind me, as if checking to see if I had brought people to raid the house. Her life hasn't been easy lately. The Yunjin Pavilion affair, the Zuatian restaurant incident, the dowry issue. Each one is like a knife held to her throat. But she is a veteran at this. Lingyi is back. Come, sit. Someone bring the best tea. You've been at the prince's mansion for a few days now. Is everything well? Does the prince treat you well? Very well. That's good. Everything is fine at home, you don't need to worry. Is that so? I heard my stepmother hasn't been feeling well lately, and the family doctor has visited several times. It's nothing, just some minor ailments. That's good. Stepmother, you must take care of your health. Some things take a long time to investigate, and you need a strong body to endure it. Lingyi, what do you mean by that? Nothing at all. Today is father's birthday. So I'd like to visit the courtyard where my mother used to live. The East Courtyard? That place is dilapidated and unsafe. I brought guards. Stepmother, you don't need to accompany me. My mother once lived here. In this courtyard, she gave birth to me, taught me to read and write, and told me about all the beautiful things in the world. Then she passed away here. I found my mother's bedroom. The floor tiles were still the same as they were back then. The note my mother left in the jade pendant said the secret compartment must be opened with Lingy's birthday. My birthday is the 7th day of the 9th month. 9-7. The 9th row, the 7th tile. I tapped on that tile. It was hollow underneath. I pried the tile open with force. Sure enough, there was a secret compartment underneath, and inside was an iron box. The box had a combination lock, 3 digits. September 7th, 907. The lock opened. Inside the iron box were 3 things: a letter, an account book, and a token. The letter was in my mother's handwriting. My daughter Lingy, if you can open this box, it means you have grown up. There are a few things I must tell you. First, the Zhou family, the stepmother's family, appears to be merchants, but in reality, they have been secretly colluding with the Northern D and smuggling arms for 15 years. This account book records every transaction. Second, your father is unaware. The Zhou woman's marriage into the Jiang family was arranged by the Zhou family to use your father's position at the border to provide cover for their smuggling. Third, after I discovered this, I tried to report it to the Empress Dowager, but the letter was intercepted by the Zhou family. I knew I had been exposed. They wouldn't let me go. Fourth, if you are reading this letter, it means I am no longer here. Lingy, do not grieve for me. Please hand this evidence to someone you can trust. Your mother, Linroy. On the last page, one name stood out: Zhou Qingyuan. The Zhou woman's older brother, the head of the Zhou family, and the true owner of Zuaxian restaurant. Lingy, what did you do in there? I was just remembering my mother. Stepmother, the weeds in the East Courtyard need to be cleared. She knows something is hidden in the East Courtyard, but she doesn't know where it is. She has no idea that the evidence is already in my hands. Miss, this smuggling weapons is a capital offense. It's more than a capital offense. It's treason. Their entire clan will be executed. Then wouldn't the Zhou family? She's a Zhou. She won't be able to escape it. But this matter is too big. I can't handle it alone. Then go and invite the prince. Do you know what this ledger represents? Treason. More than that, the Zhou family was smuggling weapons to the Northern D. 3 years ago, when they invaded, they used high-quality weapons from the Central Plains. In that battle, 17,000 soldiers of Daliang died. That was the same year your mother passed away. 3 years ago. My mother died 3 years ago. The Northern D invaded 3 years ago as well. My mother discovered the secret of the Zhou family's treason and was silenced. Those 17,000 soldiers who died in that battle were all betrayed by the Zhous. Xiaoheng, I want the Zhou family to pay the price. You will have your wish. I'll keep this ledger for now. A treason case can't be reported haphazardly. We need enough people in the imperial court to cooperate. Who do you trust? Censorate Grandi Zhongli Yuan. He was your grandfather's student. Han Qingshan, chief of the Court of Judicial Review. He has an old grudge against the Zhous. His only son was on the battlefield 3 years ago. He didn't just start planning this today. A chill ran through me. You've been investigating the Zhou family for a long time. I've been tracing the source of those Northern D weapons for 2 years. I found a few clues but never any direct evidence. Your mother provided the final piece of the puzzle. So you agreed to the Empress Dowager's request to marry me not just to keep me safe. Are you questioning me?
I'm confirming.
At first, it was the Empress Dowager's request. But when I saw your 168 chests of dowry, I knew you were far more valuable than I thought. Valuable? Don't misunderstand. I mean, you aren't a pawn that needs protection. You're someone who can fight by my side. I looked into his eyes. He was serious. Then from now on we are partners. Deal. The treason case needs at least a month of preparation. Until then, you can't let the Zhou family suspect anything. I know. One more thing. Shen Yanfeng has been checking your background lately. He's very close to the Zhou family. What's his connection to them? The Shen family and the Zhou family share a trade route in the north. On the surface they transport silk and tea, but that route also transports weapons. The Shen family might be involved as? If the Shens are involved in treason, then it's not just about the Zhou family anymore. The Shen family are generals. They've been loyal for generations. If they've committed treason, the entire northern defense line of Daliang is a joke. Xiao Heng, the Empress, is a member of the Shen family. I know. If the Shen family falls, the Empress. If they must fall, they fall. Treason knows no rank. This man is cold to the bone, but because of that, he's the best ally I could have. Within a month, I'll gather all the peripheral evidence. What do you need? Lend me a few of your secret guards. I'll give you 10. Their leader is Mo Ying. His martial arts and intelligence skills are top tier. From today on, he follows your orders. Thanks. Jiang Lingyi. Yes, be careful. Not a single word was wasted, but that be careful sounded very sincere. The first step of the plan: cut off the Zhou family's finances. On the surface, the Zhous deal in cloth and tea houses. In reality, their biggest income is that smuggling route. I had Mo Ying check it. The route starts in the capital, passes through 3 northern passes, and ends at a secret post on the northern D border. They make 1 trip a month, each worth over 100,000 taels of silver. The easiest way to cut this route is to close the passes, but that requires an imperial order and would cause too much of a stir. I chose another way. Uncle Liu. Boss. Does Yunjin Pavilion have branches in the north? We have 3. Good. Starting today, all 3 branches will run a promotion. Drop the price of all cloth and tea by 30%. Boss, if we drop it by 30%, we won't make a profit. I don't want profit. I want to steal their customers. The Zhou family's cloth is mediocre. They rely on low prices for volume. If we drop our prices, our quality will far surpass theirs. Within 2 weeks, all their northern customers will flock to us. Brilliant, boss. Without the cover of legitimate customers, their smuggling caravans will be exposed. Not just exposed. They'll get desperate. Desperation leads to mistakes, and mistakes leave a trail. I'll go arrange it immediately. Step 2. Drive a wedge between the Zhous and the Shens. This part is even easier. I had Mo Ying spread a rumor that the capital prefect is reopening the investigation into the Yunjin Pavilion swap case. The Duchess of Shen took a hit last time, claiming it was just a servant's negligence. If the prefect digs deep, it'll be easy to find her collusion with the Zhou family. As soon as the Duchess got the news, she panicked. The first thing she did was distance herself from the Zhou family. The Shen family announced an immediate end to all business cooperation with the Zhous. When the Zhous came to visit, they were all turned away. When Qingbing brought the news back, I was in the backyard pharmacy mixing medicine. Princess, the Shun family has turned against the Zhous. As expected. But Shun Yinfeng didn't follow suit. He still went to the Zhou residence and seemingly met with Zhou Qingyuan. Shun Yinfeng went to see Zhou Qingyuan alone? What did they talk about? Mo Ying's men couldn't get close, but when Shun Yinfeng came out, he looked very upset. Interesting. What secret do Shun Yinfeng and Zhou Qingyuan share that even the Shun family doesn't know about? Have Mo Ying tighten surveillance on Shun Yinfeng. I want to know where he goes and who he sees every day. Step 3. Win over the people. I did something seemingly unrelated. I opened a free clinic in the backyard of the prince's manor and saw patients myself. Every afternoon for 2 hours, the people of the capital could come to the back gate for free medical care. After the news spread, 20 people came on the first day. The second day, 50. A month later, the daily queue stretched from the back gate to the end of the street. Because I saw the patients personally, soon, the reputation of the consort's brilliant medical skills spread throughout the capital. The commoners began calling me a living bodhisattva. Even court officials sent people to seek consultations. I turned no one away, but there was one condition. Everyone had to sign a register that said, voluntarily received free treatment, grateful for the princess's kindness. Sign, get treated, and leave. The names on that register kept growing. 300, 500, 1,000. They didn't know that one day, this register would be the final straw that breaks the Zhou and Shun families. Some battles aren't fought in the imperial court. On the 15th day of the free clinic, an accident happened. That afternoon, a young boy was carried in. He looked about 7 or 8, his face was blue and his breathing was weak. Princess, save him. My grandson ate something dirty. It's been 3 days. The doctor said there's no hope. Put the child on the examination bed. I had them lay the child down and checked his pulse. The pulse was extremely weak, but there was still a glimmer of hope. When did he eat it? What did he eat? 3 days ago, someone was giving out cakes in front of Zuaishin restaurant. My grandson took one. He started vomiting that night. Giving out cakes in front of Zuaishin restaurant? I took some of the residue from the child's mouth and smelled it. It had a specific bitter scent. I recognized that smell. Aconite powder. In small doses, it's medicine. In large doses, it's lethal. Who would give children poison cakes on the street? Qingbing, go find out who was giving out cakes in front of Zuaishin restaurant 3 days ago. Yes. I first used acupuncture to stabilize the child's heart, then I prepared an antidote and poured it down his throat. An hour later, the child's complexion began to improve. The princess's great kindness. We could never repay it even if we served you like cattle. No need to thank me, but tell me, did anyone else eat those cakes besides your grandson? Yes, several other children took some at the time. My heart sank. Go find them quickly. If anyone has the same symptoms, bring them here. That night, 3 more children were brought to the manor with identical symptoms. I worked through the night to prepare medicine. All 4 children were out of danger. Princess, I found out. The person giving out cakes was a waiter from Zuaishin restaurant. Zuaishin restaurant. Again. The Zhou family again. Why would they give out poison cakes on the street? We're still checking, but Moing says Zuaishin restaurant recently got a batch of new ingredients from an unknown source. Poison might have been mixed in. It wasn't mixed in. It was intentional. Intentional? But why? I cut off their smuggling route. They can't do legitimate business, and Zhou Qingyuan desperately needs a large sum of money to maintain that secret line. But what does poisoning children have to do with making money? The amount of aconite powder used isn't lethal. But it's addictive. Once you eat it, you want it again. They're in the business of poison cakes. In the black market, one of these cakes is worth 10 taels of silver. Give them out for free first, then sell them at a high price once they're addicted. This is simply animals. I handed the last bowl of medicine to the 4th child's mother. Inform Uncle Lu. Expose this. How? Have the printing shop under Yunjin Pavilion print 1,000 flyers. Detail the poison cake incident at Zuaishin restaurant clearly. Spread them across the capital tomorrow morning. Is 1,000 enough? If not, print 5,000. The next day, the capital exploded. 5,000 flyers were posted all over the streets overnight. Zuation restaurant. Heartless business harming children with poison cakes. The families of the 4 children stood at the entrance of Zuation restaurant crying out their grievances. More and more people gathered. Someone started throwing stones at the restaurant. Someone started smashing the sign. Lord Zhao, the capital prefect, arrived with constables to maintain order, and in the process, shut down Zuation restaurant. Zhou Qingyuan was pacing frantically in his residence. He sent people to the Shin family for help, but they were turned away. He sent people to his contacts in the court, but no one would take his letters. Everyone in the capital was cursing the Zhous. Who would dare be associated with them now? You printed the flyers? Yes. The methods were a bit harsh. There's no need for mercy when dealing with villains. The Zhou family is about to collapse. Zhou Qingyuan went to 3 places for help today and was rejected by all. There's still one place he hasn't gone. Where? To Shen Yanfeng. This is the step you've been waiting for. There's a secret between Shen Yanfeng and Zhou Qingyuan. Now that he's desperate, he'll definitely go to him. When that happens, by then, the Shadow Guard will be able to uncover the connection between them. When did you become so calculating? After being poisoned for 16 years, it's hard not to be. Go get some rest. The next few days will be busy. As expected, Zhou Qingyuan held out for 2 days. On the 3rd night, he secretly met with Shen Yanfeng at an abandoned Taoist temple outside the city. The Shadow Guard had 5 men lurking outside the temple. They talked for a full hour. Master, Shen Yanfeng and Zhou Qingyuan discussed 3 things. Go on. First, Zhou Qingyuan asked Shen Yanfeng to help him pull strings with the Duke of Zhen's estate to reopen secret trade routes. Shen Yanfeng refused. He refused? Yes, he said the scrutiny was too intense and he couldn't take the risk. And the second? Shen Yanfeng asked Zhou Qingyuan if he could get his hands on evidence regarding the secret owner of the Yunjin Pavilion. He's investigating the Yunjin Pavilion? Yes, it seems he's already discovered the link between the pavilion and the Lin family, but he's missing the final piece. He offered to help Zhou Qingyuan in exchange for finding a new patron for the Zhou family at court. And the third, Shen Yanfeng asked Zhou Qingyuan to do him a favor. What kind of favor? He wants Zhou Qingyuan to have someone intercepted and attacked on the road. Who is the target? It's Uncle Lu. Uncle Lu? The manager of the Yunjin Pavilion's capital branch? He is one of the few outsiders who knows my true identity. If they succeed, it won't just cut off my leads. It's an attempt to silence him. When will they strike? In 3 days, Uncle Lu goes to the weaving workshop outside the city on the 25th of every month to inspect goods. They plan to ambush him on the road. Shadow Guard. Present. Gather all the secret guards you have. In 3 days, I want to set a trap on that road. Understood. Also notify Uncle Lu. He should leave on the 25th as usual, but take a different route. Have the secret guards disguise themselves as his caravan and take the original path. Master, are you planning to lure the snake out of its hole? Shen Yanfeng wants to target my people. I heard from the Shadow Guard. I'm going to countermaneuver. How? Catch him red-handed at the scene of the attack. Do you intend to use this to bring him down? It's not enough. Attacking a merchant is, at most, a crime punishable by exile. But if, while arresting them, we also uncover evidence of his collusion with Zhou Qingyuan against the state. Do you have evidence? Not yet, but they've been working together for years. There must be correspondence. Zhou Qingyuan is in a precarious position now, so he wouldn't dare keep those letters at his estate. Where do you think the letters are? In that abandoned Taoist temple where he meets Shen Yanfeng. Zhou Qingyuan is a cautious man. He wouldn't carry the letters on him, nor would he keep them at home. The temple is their secret base. It's the safest place. I'll send the secret guards to check. No, let me go. It's too dangerous. I know better than your guards what we're looking for. My mother mentioned in her letters that the evidence of treason was split into two parts, the ledgers, which I have, and the correspondence and military blueprints. If the blueprints are in the temple, only I can identify them. Why only you? Because those blueprints are encoded. Only my mother knew how to decipher them, and she taught me. I'll go with you. You're the regent. What if? I said I'm going with you. Fine. The temple isn't large. The front and back halls combined only have 5 or 6 rooms. The front hall was empty. The back hall was where they met. They hadn't even cleared away the tea set. I looked around and gradually sensed something was off. The layout here is wrong. The back hall is smaller than it looks from the outside. A hidden wall. The secret room was small, containing only a table with an iron box on it. The box wasn't locked. I opened the box. Inside were dozens of letters neatly stacked, along with a scroll of blueprints. I picked up the blueprints and unfolded them. They were indeed encoded. Each column of numbers looked random, but after decoding them with the method my mother taught me, the content was shocking. These are the defensive layouts for the 3 military fortresses on the northern border of the Great Liang, including troop deployments, grain reserves, and the locations of secret passages. Everything is clearly marked. If these blueprints fall into the hands of the Northern D, the Great Liang's northern defense line will be as fragile as paper. And there are 2 signatures on the blueprints. One is Zhou Qingyuan. The other Shen Yanfeng. The Shen family, known for their loyalty, has produced such a traitor. Take all of this with us. Back at the prince's mansion, Xiaoheng didn't sleep all night. He read through every single one of those dozens of letters. At dawn, he summoned 2 men. Censor-in-Chief Zhong Liwan and Minister of the Supreme Court Han Qingshan. The 3 of them talked in the study for the entire morning. The chain of evidence for the treason case is now complete. The ledgers, the letters, and the blueprints are all here. When do we strike? The day after tomorrow, March 25th. The ambush you mention will be the trigger. Shen Yanfeng will send men to kill Uncle Liu, and we will catch them in the act. Then, using the ambush as a pretext, we'll search Shen Yanfeng's residence. Once we find the evidence of treason, we'll arrest him on the spot. What about Zhou Qingyuan? A simultaneous operation. Han Qingshan will take men from the Supreme Court to raid the Zhou estate. And the Empress? The Empress Dowager already knows. She summoned the Empress to the palace this morning. She is not to leave the Shoan Palace until the case is closed. Everything is arranged. March 25th. 3 years of preparation, 16 years of endurance. Everything will end the day after tomorrow. March 25th, 5:45 a.m. The capital was still shrouded in the morning mist. A carriage drove out from the back door of the Yunjin Pavilion and headed along the main road toward the weaving workshop outside the city. The person inside wasn't Uncle Liu. It was a secret guard under Shadow Guard similar in build, wearing Uncle Lou's clothes. The real Uncle Lou had been safely moved to a secret room in the Regent's mansion the night before. The carriage traveled for about an hour until it reached Shirley Slope, west of the city, the only way to the weaving workshop. With dense forests on both sides and only a narrow path, it was a natural ambush point. As expected, 3 arrows pierced the roof of the carriage. The secret guard was prepared and rolled out of the carriage. A dozen men in black rushed out from the forest, led by a one-eyed man wielding a long sword. Kill them all. Leave no one alive. The secret guards began to fight back. The two sides clashed in the forest. But that wasn't the main point. The main point was 5 miles away. Xiao Heng, leading 100 Imperial Guards, had already surrounded the one-eyed man's escape route. Half an hour later, all the assassins were captured. Who sent you? I'm not talking. Ask again. The Regent. Who sent you? It's young Master Shun, the Duke of Zhen's heir, Xin Yanfeng. Take him away. By order of the Regent, the Zhou family is suspected of treason. Search the premises immediately. On what grounds are you searching my house? On these grounds. Found it. There's something in the hidden compartment. Gold bars with northern D markings, as well as military ledgers and tokens from secret agents. It's over. Everything is over. Zhou Qingyuan, do you know what the penalty for treason is? Execution of the 9 clans. What's all the commotion outside? Xiao Heng, what is the meaning of this? Xin Yanfeng, you are suspected of treason. I am here to arrest you by imperial decree. How do you have this letter? Does that matter? I don't admit it. This is fake. Someone is framing me. Your handwriting, your personal seal. The evidence you and Zhou Qingyuan hid in the secret room of the abandoned Taoist temple, and the assassins you hired, have all confessed. Do you want me to continue? You can't arrest me. I am the heir to the Duke of Zhen. Take him away. Isn't that young Master Shin? Why is he being arrested? I heard it's for treason. What? The Shin family committed treason? But wasn't the Shin family known for their loyalty?